Well, hello, Central Ohio. You are tuned in to the City League Sports Show, and we are chopping it up today in the Legacy Lounge with the Africentric High School Lady Volleyball team. Come on, give a little bit of giggle or noise before I introduce you in here. Come on, y'all got to let them know we some people in here with us today.
Good morning.
Good morning. So today we have players, Sameyah Thomas. Did I say that correctly?
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. And then we have Saniya Word.
Yep.
Word. She says she talks a lot, folks, so we're going to find out. And then joining us is head coach Sameyah Turner, but she goes by Tia, she says.
Hey.
Go by Tia, yes? Is that what you do?
Tia.
Say hello to everybody in here. Come on, say good morning.
Good morning. Yeah.
We're gonna bounce it around here then. So we'll start here. Say hello, say your name, let everybody get a chance to hear your voice so they know who you are. And then we'll come over to you, young lady, and then we're gonna have some fun here today. We're gonna talk a little bit Africentric volleyball, Africentric school. We're gonna talk about y'all's lives. We're gonna get in and get all the good stuff out today. Say hello.
Hi guys, I'm Saniya.
I'm Saniya. What grade am I in? Come on, give us.
I'm in 11th grade. I'm an outside setter. I pretty much play every position.
She gave her position. I'm an outside setter. For you volleyball people out there, if you don't know what that means, just roll with it here this morning. Come on, go ahead.
I'm Sameyah. I'm a setter.
I'm a setter. We both giving positional stuff. Come on, I'm
Yeah,
a setter.
I play all around, and I'm in 12th grade.
Senior. Okay, so we got a senior and a junior in the house here today. You're graduating class of 25. You're class of 26. And so when we started the show here today, I just let all my listeners know, like they were nervous. It was quiet in here. You would think we weren't going to do anything, just sit here and just stare at each other for a half an hour. But come to find out, you two young ladies have known each other for a very long time. Sounds like you met in middle school through some club volleyball opportunities. And Coach, I take it you were around when all of this, when this journey began?
Actually coaching the team that they were playing
Well,
on.
come on, tell me about that then. Tell me about some of the beginning. You meet these two young ladies, and then here they are. I shouldn't say meet because we come to find out this is your younger sister.
Yes.
So break it down for us. Give us some love. How does all this harmony begin?
All right. Well, first, Sam starting out playing in middle school, 6th grade.
Is that her nickname, Sam?
Sam, yes.
Okay.
We call her Sam.
And what's her nickname? Come on, let's get it.
Nye.
Nye.
Yep.
Sam and Nye.
Sam and Nye.
Okay, come on, let's get it.
We found a team called Probe, which they were both playing on. Actually, we have another player who actually played on the same team too.
Probe Club Volleyball.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Found the team, and that's where these two met. I was actually originally not coaching the team at all. But, I saw they needed some help.
Okay, just dive in. Let me show what I got.
I stepped in, and
a lot of coaching journeys begin that way.
Yeah. The coordinator of the club, he was like, hey, we would like to offer you a coaching position. I'm like, I'll take it.
Okay.
They threw a bunch of newbies on the team. Actually, I think Sam was the only one who had played volleyball before.
Okay.
They gave me a bunch of new girls.
And off you went.
We worked, and we won every game.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's a
game.
great way to start it off then. Sam, do you love it? Are you all in? Are you a volleyball kid? Is that your thing?
Yeah.
Do you? So tell me, like, just from a beginning, it sounds like you were introduced to the sport pretty young. When did you know volleyball was something you enjoyed? Like, just from day one, just being out there, or tell me your journey. How does it begin?
When she was in high school, her coach had a daughter.
Okay.
And I just became best friends with her daughter. We would just be at the practices, just playing.
Big sister's coach in high school.
Yeah.
And you where'd you go to school? You graduated from where?
I went to Columbus International High School.
Okay, you went to international. Did you play? And you played volleyball.
I did. I had Danielle Benson and Veronica Brownlee as my coaches.
Yeah. Okay. So so those are some good names. They get love in Columbus City. And then one of them had a daughter, and then next thing you know, here you are, and you just going at it.
Yep, best friends with Sasha Brownlee.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about your enjoyment of the sport. You're not gonna get to sit there quiet. I'll just ask you 100 questions in a row. You're not gonna get to sit there quietly. So tell me about how you're playing volleyball. Is there anything else you do?
I model.
You model.
Yeah.
Okay. Are there any other sports that you participate in?
No.
No other sports. So volleyball is your thing. Have you played it every year in high school?
Yeah, literally.
Okay. Tell everybody what a setter is. What does a setter do?
They basically get every second ball.
Get every what?
Second ball.
Every
they set up
second
the
ball.
hitters so that
Okay.
the hitters get hit.
There you go. So
you get a point.
just through the process, trying to
Yeah.
score a point. You're in between first hit and third hit. Got you. Okay, Sam, we're going to come back to you. We're going to let you warm up a little bit. Nye, let's come over here to you. So lots of giggles, lots of laughing. Nye, you find the sport through coach. You're playing pro. And tell me a little bit about your journey from there then. Do you just keep playing club volleyball and continue to be a part of the sport?
Yes, from there, I kept playing, and then like at first it was really just for fun, but once I got to about seventh grade, it was kind of like, oh, this is fun because I got to actually play in middle school, so we had like real games, and then it was like more like I had already got that experience from being with Probe and being with Coach Tia, so it was different, and then like I got to tell girls like, oh, well, we're gonna do it like this. This is what you do. Got to do a lot of like working with people,
You
and it
sound
was
like a natural leader.
I am.
Okay.
I love leading. I love like working with people. So that was kind of how I started. And I was like, I really like doing this, and I just kept playing from there.
Let me ask you all a question. We haven't had this come up as a topic for quite some time, and you just said something that triggered to me. So 7th grade for you would have been like the COVID time period, right? So for being now in high school, when you all look back at your middle school time period and think of COVID, is it still a relevant topic, or is it just a thing in the past? It happened, and like you've moved on. Because I think sometimes we as adults, we go like, every kid is traumatized by the pandemic, right? But you all, I mean, like the kids I see, you all are doing well, you're thriving. So when you look back on that and you're introduced to the sport around the pandemic time, was it a big deal to your life?
I think around that time it was a big deal because there was a lot of opportunities that kind of we didn't get because of the COVID. Like we didn't do a lot of too much traveling. There wasn't a lot of people at the games, kind of. So the experience was kind of different around COVID time than it would be like coming into high school, or like just even my 8th grade year was much different than my 7th grade year. So I just think it's an experience thing. It was a lot different.
Okay, but you're not traumatized by it, are you?
Traumatized? That's a strong word.
Strong word? Is it too strong of a word?
I think that's a strong word.
Okay, so then you're doing well. I mean, like for you personally, are you like you all are doing well? You don't seem like when I see young people today in high school, and I think back that the pandemic took place when you were in middle school. I'm not saying you're not affected, but you guys seem to be like regular teenage young people, like when we was teenagers a long time ago. When we came in this morning, everyone, and we sat down, and for our radio listeners, you can't see Coach, but one of our production crew, we got the amazing team here. They said, I don't know which one of you are Coach. so that tells you how young our head coach looks. But tell us a little bit about your journey. You're in the sports, you're coaching. What do you see as your role now on the other side? What year is this for you as the head coach, and what do you see as your role being a high school head coach?
So this is actually my 2nd year as a head coach at Africentric. I've been coaching since I got out of high school. I graduated in 2019.
Okay.
And I've been coaching club ever since then. And then when Sam got into high school, after her freshman year, the head coach was like, hey, like, we need a JV coach. Would you like to, join the team? And I'm like, at first I was iffy, like, I'm not used to coaching high school volleyball. Like, I'm used to club. But I jumped right in, and it's been everything to me since then.
Okay.
Yeah.
But being relatively close in age to the student athletes that you're coaching, what what do you see as your role? Have you transitioned into that mindset to say, hey, look, these young ladies are looking up to me, even though I'm close in age to them? Do you get that part of it?
For sure. And I feel like sometimes it's a challenge just for my athletes. Like, they have to realize Coach T is an adult and not my friend.
Right.
But I definitely think we have, like, I've set boundaries for them so they don't, that's not an instant thing. Like, oh, Coach is my friend. Right. We're not friends. I'm here to coach you. I'm here to lead you. I'm
Certainly.
here to
help
guide
you grow. Guide you.
Yes,
Yes,
help
indeed.
you grow,
Yeah.
and not just in the sport, as a person in general.
Yeah.
So I definitely think, we have set those boundaries.
Okay.
And yeah, I feel like being a young coach, it kind of benefits me and them because I can kind of see, like, I understand them a little more.
Okay.
Because I'm like, okay, well, when I was in high school,
Right. Well, we're going
This
to
is what
challenge
they're
those
doing now.
boundaries right now because, Sam, we're coming to you. We're going to challenge those boundaries a little bit. Hey, look, big sister from our radio listeners, she crossed her arms just now. We're going to challenge, and I say that jokingly. What's it like playing for your older sister? And before you say that, if I was in high school and my older sister was the coach of one of my teams, it would have been a disaster, to be very honest with you. I don't know that we would have ever made it through a practice, right? So what is that like playing for your older sister?
Well, I'm used to it because when I was playing club, like when I was younger, even when she was in high school, she used to be on the sidelines with the coach, coaching and stuff.
Okay.
And then if she wasn't on the sidelines with the coaching, helping making the lineup and stuff, she would be at the bottom of the bleachers yelling at me. So.
Okay, giving instruction.
Yeah.
So you've seen this role in this relationship for a long time then, and you're comfortable with it.
Yeah.
What's practice like? Give us a behind the scene peek at practice. You're a senior. You're also, whether you like it or not, as a senior, you're one of the leaders, right? Even, and I share with people, vocal doesn't mean leadership. Right, I know a lot of young people who do. I'm doing my hands, radio people. A lot of people do a lot of talking, yakking. Kids think, oh, if you just speak up. But sometimes you can just be that vocal person who's saying and doing all the wrong things. So that's not leadership. Sometimes you lead by example, right? And so as a senior, you're a leader because you've been in the program for a while. Even if you don't say anything, you're a type of leader on the team. So what's practice like?
Well,
is it hard? Tell us about practice.
It depends on the day.
Okay.
Sometimes it gotta be hard.
Well, what's a hard practice look like? I'm just curious. I'm getting behind the scenes of what Coach T is all about. What's a hard practice?
Like conditioning and stuff.
Conditioning is hard?
Yeah. It didn't we gotta go over rotations. That's not hard.
Okay. All right. So come on, we're going to come back over here to you now. You've been playing for a while now. I read in part of your write-up, you're from Nashville.
Yes.
From Tennessee. Is that so how long was it before you transitioned to Columbus?
I don't think I moved to Columbus until I was like 6, but I've always been back and forth because my dad's side of the family is down there. So I'll go see my dad like during summers and stuff like that. So it's a lot of back and forth, but I officially moved when I was
Nashville
6.
is a fun city.
Yes, I love it down there.
Yes, indeed. So now, do you feel connected to Tennessee? I mean, I know you said your father's there, but you were born there and then you come here. But do you have a connection for that space?
Yes, I feel like I do. And honestly, when I graduate, I plan on going back there to go to college because I just love it's a different environment. Like
where do you want to go?
Either the University of Tennessee or TSU. So.
Okay. So you want to make it back to Nashville when you graduate here in a couple of years, and then you want to make that to be, the space where you start your collegiate career of learning. Is that what's going on here?
Yes.
I read also that you put in some of your notes. You like working with kids, but you don't want to work with kids as an adult. Give me some insight on that one.
I do.
Look, we done found something here to get you going. You got your smile out, you laughing. Something got you going here today.
I do a lot of working with kids. I don't know, even with volleyball, like it was a point in time where I did this. It was kind of a job kind of thing where I would go and teach kids like the basic skills of volleyball and stuff like that.
Oh, wow. Where'd you find that job at?
I got it from one of my coaches. So she gave it to me.
That's the hookup. My goodness.
And
you were getting paid, or that was
I got paid, but it was like
you got paid to do some volleyball teaching to kids.
Yeah. And it was really fun. Like, I love working with kids, but I just don't see myself having a full career with it. And honestly, I want to go into the forensic field. So
the forensic field, like when I see CSI on TV, is that the forensic field?
Yes, that type of thing. Yeah.
Okay. Are you a science person?
I do. I like science. Yeah.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think it's
all right.
my favorite subject.
So you start off in Nashville. You come to Columbus. You've been playing Africentric. So just tell me in general, Coach, how's it been the last 2 years? How's Africentric Volleyball? How's the team going? In your vision, you know what I mean? Where are we at?
Honestly, we've been rebuilding, but for us to be a new team, because so the year before, we had maybe 4 seniors. And then we also had Coach Taylor as the head coach. When Coach Taylor left, a lot of our players left as well. And a lot of them left to, focus on basketball or whatever. So when I became the head coach, I literally started with 4 players that played before.
Okay.
4 players. And it was some team from the year before, but it wasn't like many of them. So it was a rebuilding moment for us. But then this year we lost a lot of players as well. So now I'm down to 3 players who have played Africentric varsity volleyball before.
Okay.
So I had a lot of, like freshmen playing varsity, kind of like playing around with our lineup a lot, especially during the beginning of the season. But we found a way to overcome our battles this season for sure.
Okay.
Our ending record was 14-5.
Okay.
5, yes. So
no, she's doing the math on us. So
that's but that's not. So it's
and then the
non-conference as well.
Yeah. Okay.
So 5. Yeah, I think honestly, we're a pretty solid team, especially with the 3 people that we have returning.
Yeah.
Having as much knowledge as they do, like within the sport.
Yeah.
We've grown a lot. We are losing Sam, unfortunately, because she is graduating, but we do already have somebody stepping in to take the place of her.
Okay.
So
Next person up. Yeah. So Sam, what's the advice you have for the next wave of young people coming in? I mean, volleyball is your focused sport. So what's the advice you have?
Just don't be too hard on yourself. Stay focused. That's really it. And you gotta stay out your head with volleyball.
Okay.
That's really it.
What does stay focused look like? What does that mean when you say stay focused?
Stay on top of your work.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry about nothing else when you get in the gym. That's it.
So now what's next for you? Because summer of 25 would be here before you know it. You snap your finger and turn around once or twice, it'll be the summer of 25. So what's your next plans? What do you hope to be doing here? So if I was to talk to you a year from now, right? Halloween next year of 25, you're where?
I want to go to Arizona State for psychology.
Oh, wow. Do you know anybody? Did you all have family in Arizona? Do you know you do? You're saying yes. So you do know somebody in Arizona?
I guess so.
You guess so? Well, why Arizona State, I guess, is the better question. Like what made you choose such a far away place?
Because I travel a lot, and when I go to Arizona, it's the only place that I feel like I should be there. Either that or New York, but I think I want to go to Arizona
those
State.
Are polar opposites of direction. So when do you plan on making this decision? I mean, that's a pretty big decision to be making. Have you applied to Arizona State?
I tried to apply last year, but they told me wait till this year.
Wait till this year.
Yeah.
So you're going to apply to Arizona State, and then that's where you hope to be going. And then what's in New York then? So that's a completely different plan, it sounds like.
I don't really know.
You don't know, but just pop up and show up in New York one day. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, let me share with you for somebody who spent summers growing up in New York. I have a lot of family in the city. Plan that out, because New York is a monster of a place, right? And so if you just arrive there one day without any real plan in place, New York is a kind of city that'll eat you alive, right? So think that one through a little bit. Talk to your support team, and don't just hop on the train or the plane or the something and just show up in New York one day. It's going to take a little bit more than that for you, okay? So Sam, you're going back to Tennessee. Hopefully that's the plan, right?
Yes.
And do you still plan on continuing to try to play volleyball? Is that, or do you want to hold on to volleyball?
I think once I graduate, I'll probably be letting volleyball go. I don't see myself going and playing in college. I just feel like once I go, I want to major in biology. So I think I'll just focus on my major. But it really depends, honestly. I mean, I have time. Not a lot, but I think I have enough time. I have enough time to figure out whether I decide to play. If I do decide to play, I don't see myself going to Tennessee.
Okay.
I'll probably go somewhere else.
Okay.
So it just depends how everything unfolds.
But you plan on playing your senior year in high school though, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So you plan on playing, and you're a multi-sport athlete. Mm-hmm. Is that right? What else do you do?
I run track, and that's it. I run track.
Okay. What's your events in track?
All the sprinting events. I do the 1, 2, 4x1, 4x2, and I don't really touch the 4x4 or the 4 anymore. That was kind of freshman year stuff. I don't really.
The 400 is, I've said on this show many times, listeners know this, the 400 is a monster of a race. If you've never been asked to sprint one time around the track. I just say this for any person. Just go out there one day in your life and try to sprint one time around the track and see what your time is. And then you'll have a very different respect for people who are running 40s in the 400. You go, wow, somebody done ran a 40 some odd seconds in the 400. So, Coach, as you continue to build, what's the recipe for you? Do you lean on, somebody like Nye, who's going to be a senior next year? What does off season look like? How do you kind of keep this thing going here and making it work to live up to whatever is your expectation?
We definitely lean on Saniya. We definitely will be.
You gave her a full name. We transitioned to Nye, but that was to let you know, like, we definitely lean on Saniya. Like, don't be confused, Saniya. Like, that was a full transitional of name there.
We do.
You can say her last name too. You can say her full name in here on the show. We definitely lean on Saniya Word. I get it. So I'm sorry. Go ahead, Coach.
For sure. We lean on her. But we do have a lot of freshmen from this year who are going to be sophomores next year who we did, they kind of had to step up to the plate to play on our varsity team. And we do have a lot of potential there. So I just think, for our off season, work. Even if we're not in the gym, we're going to be, on the sand courts. I encourage them to do things like run track because it keeps them fit. So once volleyball season rolls right back around, we're ready and we don't have to do as much.
Sand volleyball?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Sand volleyball for our off season. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And is that a good workout? Is that a thing in the volleyball world?
Yes.
Okay. You might be the first volleyball person I've heard say that. I mean, I know that sand volleyball exists, but just from a conditioning and work standpoint, that's a part of what would be the process. Mm-hmm.
Honestly, when I was younger, I used to train in both.
Okay.
I didn't I didn't actually play sand volleyball. I didn't like the 2-on-2. Okay. I prefer indoor. So, but training in the sand is definitely tougher and it's more of a workout than in the gym. Okay. So I feel like if we train in the sand, once we're inside and it's that different feel, it gets you moving faster, jumping higher. So that's definitely what we're looking forward to coming into our next season.
Does Central Ohio have a lot of sand volleyball courts or locations? I mean, where do you go to find that at?
There's a few. There's some at Scioto Audubon.
Okay.
Which is like downtown. And then there's also some sand courts on OSU campus that I use and I like play with my friends and stuff.
So what's the plan? What's the expectations for next year? I'm putting you on the spot.
Oh, for next year.
Where are we going? You got a senior, you got a junior here who's going to be a leader next year, right? Tell me where are we going next year? What's the plan?
Listen, always shooting for cities. Always shooting for a city championship.
Okay.
I definitely think for us, we struggle with like mental toughness a lot of times in a tough game. So specifically when we play teams like Briggs, like Eastmore, we struggle with having that discipline and just staying disciplined. Because honestly, like they're great teams and we're a great team, but it's all about volleyball is literally 90% mental.
Well, that's all
and
sport.
It's 10% physical, honestly.
Yeah.
So just getting them mentally tough and mentally prepared for that tougher competition once we get there. I feel like we can be up for a city championship.
But let me share this, and I share this for both you young ladies. I'm sharing this for all our parents who listen, all you student athletes. So something that is really becoming more prevalent and noticeable right now, especially in high school sports, is something you just talked about, which is we're seeing more and more high school kids are not resilient. We haven't taught you all to be resilient. Your energy that young people have, it seems to be that there's this space that says it's real easy to quit and give up. Mm-hmm. When something gets a little bit difficult, it's like, all right, I'm done with this, then I'm on to the next thing. And you can't, every time you face a little challenge, you can't move on or quit or give up. Even when you're playing on a team and you have those moments where the play doesn't go your way. And then you give up. And before you know it, in a sport like volleyball or any sport, right now, all of a sudden, you might have a game that is, 6-7, and you done gave up because you had one bad play, and now you know it's 12-6, it's 14-6 because you done gave up 7 or 6, 8 points. You have this generation. If I can share something to you, parents, kids, all of you, you have to learn to be more resilient. A difficult moment doesn't mean give up. It means reset. Figure out what's going on, lock in for that next moment or that next part of the journey. But like this whole piece, and I'll share this because I was just talking about this with my team probably about a week or so ago, and I was sharing this with some other coaches. When I was a kid, and I'm a little bit of a different generation. I'm old, right? I know y'all look at me, I see gray hairs. I'm old, but when I was a kid, parents almost to a person had the energy that you finish what you start. That was a theme when I was a kid. I mean, everyone grew up by that energy, right? If you started off on a team, if it wasn't going well, okay, you just got to tough it out till the end. And I'm certainly not in a space that say you should, tough it out. And if the situation is jeopardizing your safety or your health, I'm not saying that, right? So I certainly want kids and families to understand that. But if you're just having a tough moment because you're not playing as much as you want to, or you thought it was going to, you didn't think it was going to be this difficult, don't just quit so easily. Work through it. Give yourself an opportunity because there can be some better days, right? And I know I kind of went on my piece there, but you kind of segued to that energy about just the resiliency that it takes to be a competitor, especially in the sports world, right? So Sam, we're gonna come back to you for a moment. You said you do a little modeling. You got the volleyball thing going on. We New York, we Arizona. What are you looking for just as a student here, your senior year? You reflect back now on, did you play all 4 years?
No, I didn't play 1 year.
Okay, so one of the years you didn't play volleyball. You look back, what's the advice you have for any kid, any parent out there who's listening? Hey, look, my child's going to be a senior next year or whatnot. What would be the advice that you have to give? Because you seem to be like a really Renaissance type person. You're an athlete. You're into fashion. I would take it to some degree, right? So you got a lot of things that are going on inside in your mind there. What's the advice you have?
Just stay busy because you're not going to be young forever. So just have fun.
You're not going to be what forever?
Young.
Oh, young.
Just have fun.
Oh, no, you are going to be young forever.
Yeah.
Young is a state of mind. I sit here, I look old, but I'm young though. Young. You are going to be young forever. Now let me share with you. You're not going to feel young forever though. That's the part. You're not going to feel young because when the knee don't move as fast as you want it to move and things like that. But no, I say that. So enjoy it and have fun.
Yes, do stuff that make you happy.
Okay.
That you have fun with.
Okay.
And try new stuff.
Try new stuff?
Yeah.
Is there some hard work in there too though? Or is it just keep on having fun?
I mean, yeah, there could be some hard work in there.
Yeah, there's a little, okay. I would profess there's a lot of hard work in there. I think everybody. Now, I read, I think that you get it done in the classroom. You're an honor roll student. Mm-hmm. You're on student council. Are you just like basically doing everything at Africentric? Just you're finding a way somewhere?
Yeah, pretty much. I do a lot. I'm a National Honor Society student council. I do a lot of CCP. I stay pretty busy.
Oh, okay. So, where do you think that comes from? Do you come from a big family?
No, I don't come from a big family, but my mom is very big on academics. Like being a student athlete, like student comes first. Like you have to get it done. And I don't know, it's just something about me. Like I really want what I do at school to show. Like I really like to keep my grades high. I like to stay on top of stuff. I like to be involved in things. Like I'm very big on involvement.
Nice. Okay. Well, Coach, you're pretty lucky here. You got two great representatives. Who are we missing? Who wasn't a part of today's show that's on the Africentric Volleyball team that we got that gets a little love and a shout out?
Sydney Smith.
Sydney Smith, okay.
Sydney Smith. She's also a junior. She is one of she actually played with them at Probe as well.
In middle school.
Yeah,
so
middle school.
I mean, we all know each other for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
It's a family affair going on. Okay.
It is.
Will they be your seniors next year? Do you have any others?
As far as seniors, nope. Just them.
So next year, Nye and Sydney, they're leading the charge here. They the ones out here getting ready to go.
They are.
Okay. Coach, what did we miss today? Tell me what did we miss about Africentric Volleyball as we begin to wrap it up? What is it that you want to share with all the listeners out there to let them know the special stuff that's going on?
Come support. Okay. Africentric we're big on support. Like, we want our crowd to be big. Also, bringing in the middle schoolers that are coming into high school. If anybody's looking for a home, Africentric is definitely looking for volleyball players. Okay. Bring it on. Bring it on.
I think women's volleyball is truly one of the country's emerging sports. I don't know if you all kind of like notice, but even if you just tune in regularly on throughout the season, there's a lot of collegiate volleyball that shows up on television. Games are played. Cities all over are getting professional teams, which I thought, I looked up and somebody said, Columbus has a professional women's volleyball. I said, wow, yes. we had a professional women's, so that was pretty. And I know we've hosted like the college Final Four and the championships and things of that nature. Coach, we're going to circle back to you, but we're going to come over here to Sam. Sam, what do you want to tell everybody before we wrap up here? You can find Sam anywhere in the world, I think, right? Maybe New York, maybe Arizona, who knows where it's going to be at next year. But what do you want to say as we sound off here?
Just, I don't know.
That's okay. I don't want to put too much pressure on you. We certainly appreciate you today. Nye, we're coming to you. So what you got for us here? I know you said you're involved in a lot. What is your off season going to look like? And as you transition, you doing track next year?
Yes.
Doing track next year.
Track.
And so then, so what is this journey? You're going into your senior year. What do you hope for as, looking to it and projecting for the future? What do you hope for your senior year? What's the goals? What are the goals? I'm putting y'all on the spot. What's the goals here?
For me, goals for our volleyball team next year, honestly, I don't want to say anything like cities or anything like that. I want to leave that alone. I want us as a team to be able to work together. We had a lot of times where as a team we would have a lot of mental things. I want us to be able to tone in on that and really bring that together so we can really work as a team. And like just the small things, like we play games to 5, a volleyball set goes to 25. We play 5 games to 5, and
okay. There's nothing. Hey, look, I think sometimes people think you have to set big, audacious goals to make it sound good, and small goals are how you get to the bigger goals, right? So there's nothing wrong with being able to say, hey, look, we need to be able to communicate a little bit better. We got to be able to focus 5 points at a time. 5, 5, 5. I share that in basketball all the time. Basketball as a sport in high school is played in 4 quarters, and they're 8-minute quarters. And I always share with basketball coaches, can you win every 2 minutes? So in that course of that 1 quarter, right, you got 4 2-minute sessions, which is one game, that 8 quarters. When you look up, did you win those 2 minutes? Did you win the next 2 minutes? Did you win the next 2 minutes? Coaches that really, I think, understand the sport get that. Sometimes I say it and a coach goes like, no, what are you talking about? I go, yeah, okay. You might want to read that book again, read that Coaching 101 again. You all have been great, great, great guests here today. Anybody you want to give shout outs to? We do shout outs. Anybody got anybody they need to share some love to here today?
Honestly, just the whole team. Like, y'all were amazing this season. I think we gave Sam an amazing senior year. Losing, we're going to miss you.
Is Sam the only senior this year?
Sam is the only
lone senior. Okay.
So
the legacy is all sitting with you there. Yes, indeed. Hey, look, I got to do a little bit of the outro stuff here. You all have been great guests here today. We certainly appreciate having you. You're going to stick around for a moment, but that's all we have for today. Much respect to you. Catch our future episodes on the radio, WCBE 90.5 FM. Follow us on Spotify, Apple, or the platform you listen to your podcast. For everybody out there, all my IG people, at City League Sports 614. I'm your host, Dr. Vince Clarno, City League Sports, Africentric Lady Nubians in the house.